Hola, trekkers and trekkies, is how I'm going to start this video this week, because we're talking about Klingon weapons. Well, we're specifically talking about the couple that Playmates put out in the role-playing line that they had. They only did two that I am aware of. We're going to look at both of those. Now, unfortunately, one of them, the batteries for it has stopped working at some point, and I don't know why. Although why it ever needed batteries in the first place is probably the bigger question. The other one is the pistol, which, well, let's just go ahead and take a look at it. So, this is the Klingon phaser that they made. Specifically, it came out with the Star Trek Generations movie line in 94. That sounds right. 95? 94. 94. There we go. Here he's from the other side. Does have a little Klingon logo sticker on it there. Got all this. It does have lights that flash there at the very tip, where the tip is sort of a transparent red, and the buttons are here, which the thing of it is that a lot of people have talked about with the Klingon phasers is almost all of them that we see on screen they have to be used by a right-handed person, because they are intended to be held and fired like this, because it's got this big thing here in the way. Now, of course, one other thing, these aren't quite scaled for a grown adult's hand. You see the hilts kind of hidden up in there. They're a little on the small side. They didn't scale them down too much, just a little bit, but it still actually works. But the reason that mine's not working is that the little cap for the battery pack has disappeared. And I don't know if I've not had it. I had it a while back. I don't know what happened to it. It must have popped off, and it's somewhere. Hopefully I will find it soon. But yeah, I really do like this. This is mostly based on the ones from like Star Trek 6 forward, because the phasers, which I mean, there would be different, there'd be variations on them in real life. You know, that's kind of how, you know, guns are. There's not one type of gun, there's not one type of Remington, and every gun looks like that. You know, yeah, well, to say that every gun looks like that, because like most pistols, they look like a relatively similar, and that's the thing about the Klingon phasers. They all kind of look like they're part of the same family, but they have variations. So, you know, maybe this is like the Q642, and this other one is the, you know, the K893 or something. You know, I wonder what the Klingon equivalent of a Derringer would be. If somebody knows Klingon well enough, comment down in the comments what Derringer would be in Klingon. So, the other thing we're going to look at is the Klingon Dachtach, the knife. Which, this is the thing that, why it comes with batteries, a battery pack, is redonkulous to me. Because it does. You see here, there are two buttons. This one is the one that pops the blades out, which makes sense, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the other one was so that it can make this ka-ting sound. That's all it did. Ka-ting, ka-ting. Such a waste of time. And I mean, they could have, and again, this is the thing, is that the handle is not made for an adult. They could have made this a little bit bigger and left the sound effects off, as far as I'm concerned. It does come with a belt clip, so that you can pull the knife out. Let's just take a minute to appreciate this. I actually really do like the stylized belt clip, and you can see there that they've got this little bump piece for holding it in place. And then here is the knife with the blades retracted. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, you've been anticipating since you saw this come on screen. In case you missed that, it's so goofy, but I love it. It does look really cool. I will give them that. Now, one thing is, back in the 90s, there was a company, it was a cutlery company that made a real metal knife version of this, that it had a little button here that you slid forward and backward to get the blades to retract. And I had one, and I don't know what happened to it. I haven't seen it in almost 20 years, probably a little more. And that thing was the coolest thing ever. And I wish I could get another one of those, but now finding them online, they're like crazy expensive. But, you know, that's what happens, is that, of course, the thing is that those were actually, they weren't licensed by Paramount. They were an unlicensed item, and so they got shut down after a couple of years, and had to stop selling them. So I managed to have one for a while, and I would love it if I could get another one, or if somebody happens to be a really, really good metal worker and wants to make me one, that would be even more amazing. I'll hang it behind me on the wall below my batleth. But anyways, that is it for Playmates Klingon weapons. I hope you enjoyed getting to look at these. I don't think I've seen anybody looking at the knife anywhere online. And it's kind of cool. Why it has a sound effect, I'll never know. That seems dumb to me. Of course, you remember the movie Hook? Had Robin Williams played Peter Pan. I remember that I got Peter Pan's sword that Christmas, and it actually had this mechanism so that when you swung the sword, there was like a little metal piece inside that would ding, 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 ding. That is what they should have done here. Whatever that little mechanism is, that was amazing. Just a thought. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this. I will see you next time. So until then, go out and make something. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. If you want to support me, you can find me on Patreon, or go over to Zazzle for prints of my artwork, t-shirts, and other cool stuff. If you're still here, why? Do you want to jam out?